Welcome to the Practice Buddy for Lesson 3. In today's session, we're going to go over the G chord, the G7 chord, and then work out some chord progressions and strumming patterns. And then finally, we're going to go over I'm Yours by Jason Mraz. But first, a quick warm-up. Okay, so this warm-up is a little bit different, so follow along. We're going to start with the first finger on the first fret of the 6th string and go from there to the 3rd fret on the 5th string. And then we're going to go to the 2nd fret on the 6th string and then the 4th fret on the 5th string. So it'll be like so. And then we're going to go to the 3rd fret on the 6th string and then 1st fret on the 5th string. And then 4th fret on the 6th string to 2nd fret on the 5th. So it's going to be... And notice that my first finger keeps running up here. Like so. Alright, so we're going to do that pattern on the 5th string next. So like so. And then to the 4th string. And then 3rd string. And 2nd string. Now from here, we can go to the 2nd position and do the same thing again. And then 5th string. 4th string. 3rd string, and 2nd string. Next, we'll go to the 3rd position. And 4th position. And 5th position. Now we're going to go back to 4th position. Third position. Second position. And then from there you can go back to the first position. And just like all the other exercises, you can go all the way up to the 10th position and then all the way back down in your own practice session. All right, so let's get started on the chords that we worked on in the lesson. All right, we're going to start on the G chord, and we're going to do a strum, pick, strum. Here we go. So strum, and then pick, and strum. Now let's take the fingers off, relax the hand, and put the fingers back down on the G chord. And then strum, pick, and strum. All right, take the fingers off, relax the hand, put them back down, strum, and pick, and strum. Fingers off again, relax the hand, put them back down, strum, pick, and strum. All right, fingers off again, put them back down real quick, strum, pick, and strum. Take the fingers off again, put them back down, strum, pick, and strum. And one last time, take the fingers off, put them back down, strum, pick, and strum. Okay, now we're going to go from the G chord to the C chord, doing strum, pick, strums. Okay, so let's start on the G chord. Here we go. Strum, and pick, and strum. Now, we're going to take the fingers off, move them to the C chord, do a strum, and a pick, and a strum. Okay, move back to the G chord, and strum, pick, and strum. Okay, switch to the C chord again. Strum, pick, and strum. Back to the G. Strum. There you go. Go to the C chord. And back to G. And C. And one more time on the G chord. Now we're going to go from the G chord to the D chord using a strum, pick, strum. Here we go. Start on the G and strum and pick and strum. Now we're going to switch to the D. So we have to lift the fingers off, move them like so, put them down, and strum, pick, and strum. Now take the fingers off, move them back to the G chord, strum, pick, and strum. And go back to the D chord, strum, pick, and strum. And back to the G. And strum. Now the hardest part about this switch, a lot of times people put the third finger on the wrong string. You'll get this kind of sound. Okay, so watch that the third finger is on the correct string when doing this. Okay, let's go back to the G chord one last time. Strum, pick, and strum. All right, now we're going to go from the G chord to the D7 chord using a strum, pick, strum. Here we go. We have a strum on the G and pick and strum. Now we're going to switch to the D7 chord. Take all the fingers off, move to the D7 chord, strum, pick, make sure you check for clarity, and strum. Back to the G chord, strum, and pick, and strum. And D7 chord, strum, and then pick, and strum. Okay, going to the G chord again. Strum, pick, and strum. D7. And back to the G chord. And D7 chord. And one more time in the G. All right, now we're going to go to the G7 chord. So remember, this is like the G chord, only we take the pinky off, put the first finger down on the first fret of the first string. Okay, let's do a strum and a pick and strum. Now take the hand off and relax. Okay, put the fingers back down. Strum, pick, and strum. Take the fingers off again and relax. And strum and pick and strum. Very nice. Okay, take the fingers off again, relax, put them back down. Strum, pick, and strum. Fingers off again, take them, relax, put them back down, and strum, pick, and strum. And take them off again, put them back down, strum, pick, and strum. One last time, take them off, put them back down, strum, pick, and strum. All right. Now we're going to go from the G chord to the G7 chord. This should be pretty easy. Just lifting off the pinky, putting down the first finger. Nothing to it. Here we go. Strum on the G chord. And then pick. Now take the pinky off, put the first finger down for the G7. You can leave the third and second fingers down the entire time. Now go back to the G. Strum, pick, strum, G7. See that? Super easy. So let's speed up a little bit. Back and forth real quick. All right, now we're going to go from the G7 chord to the C chord using a strum, pick, strum. Okay, so start on the G7 chord. We're going to do a strum and a pick and a strum. Now going to the C chord, we drop the second and third fingers, move the first finger up, and that's your C chord. Back to G7, do a strum and a pick and a strum, and switch to the C chord again. And G7. And C. Back to G7. Now one thing I do see is a lot of times people accidentally move the first finger up a little too far. That's a C augmented chord. You do not want that one yet anyway. So you got to make sure your first finger's on the correct string. Let's go back and forth really quickly. C to G7. As fast as you can. All right. Now, what I want you to do over the next 2 minutes is just review all of the chords that we covered, especially this G, the 4-finger G chord that we talked about in the last lesson, and the G7 chord. All right, here we go. Okay, now we're going to start on the G chord, go from G to G7 using quarter note strums. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. G7, 2, 3, 4. And back to G. 1, 2, 3, 4. G7. 1, 2, 3, 4. G chord. G7. Let's pick up the pace just a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. G7. 2, 3, 4. G. 2, 3, 4. G7. 2, 3, 4. G. 2, 3, 4. G7. 2, 3, 4. G. 2, 3, 4, G7, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, G7, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're going to go from the G7 to the C using quarter note strums. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. G7, 2, 3, 4. To the C chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to G7. 1, 2, 3, 4. To the C chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. G7. 1. And C. Back to G7. We're going to pick up the speed just a little bit. C. G7. C. Go faster. Here we go. G7. C. G7. C. G7. C. G7. C. All right, next we're going to start on the G chord. We're going to go 1, 2, and 4 to the C, and then back to G, and then D7. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 4 to the C. G to D7. Back to G. To the C. Back to G. To D7. And why don't we repeat that again? G. C. G. D7. Resolve to the G for good measure. All right, next we're going to go over the G chord, C chord, A minor, D7 chord progression with the 1, 2, and 4 and strum pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 4. C. A minor. D7. Back to G. D7. Let's speed up a little bit. One more time. Okay, next we're going to go over the root note on beat 1, down, up on 2 and and then a rest on beat 3, and then a quarter note on beat 4, but it's a staccato strum, so we only play it for half of the value that's written, and we rest on the and of 4. Okay, here we go. We're going to play this on a G chord. One, two, and rest. Let's speed up a little bit. Alright, good. Now we're going to do the progression for I'm Yours. So 4 strums on the G, we're going to do 2 measures of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 bars of the D chord, 2 bars of the E minor chord, and 2 bars of the C. Here we go, all quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the D chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. E minor chord. To the C. 1, 2, 3. Repeat back to G. Now we're going to the D. E minor. To the C. Okay, now over the next 2 minutes, I want you to use your capo on the 4th fret and practice that strum pattern with the progression we just went over for the song I'm Yours, and then we'll play it together. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 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 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, repeat. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 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 Okay, let's try it a little bit quicker. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. And a little bit quicker yet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, very nice work today. So keep working out the G chord, keep working out that G7 chord, and practice the chord progressions and strum patterns, and also the song I'm Yours. Alright, have fun, and I will see you next time.